done that twice now, Todd.
Yeah, nobody knows now that but until you said it.
All right, welcome to today's episode of Your Daily Scrum. I'm professional Scrum trainer Ryan Ripley. That's professional Scrum trainer Todd Miller. And if things are going well, Todd, I hope we're somewhere warm.
I really hope so too.
I hope future Ryan and future Todd are very happy.
Yeah,
doing happy things.
Mm-hmm.
But for all of you today, you get past versions of us. That's kind of weird. I'm going to stop with that line of thought. My brain's going to hurt. We have a question today.
Mm-hmm.
Todd, who manages the career growth of Scrum team members?
Who manages my career growth?
Yeah, it's a good counter question. In a lot of scenarios we've seen a manager, a director, even the Scrum Master stepping up to try to manage this. And what we have found is that these are insufficient solutions and not really good answers to the question. To answer Todd's question directly, who manages his career growth? Well, he should.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. This is something that when I was an employee in companies, and I was for many, many years, I would never put my own career growth in the hands of anyone else. Right. I had a very specific plan for who I wanted to be in an organization, where I wanted to be multiple years out. And that would, of course, we would iterate on that as different things happened and different events occurred. But I always wanted to be the person that was trying to manage that myself and not allow anyone else even the possibility of having a negative impact on that. What's your take, Todd?
You know, I've worked for a lot of different companies that have given budgets, and I've maybe been in the 15% of people that actually used every single penny of that. And I remember having like $107 left and ordering $106 worth of books, right? Yep. And so I was just driven to want to continue to learn, and I managed it myself. So I feel like almost every place that I've worked, I've always been like, hey, can I go to this conference? Hey, can I go to this class? Can I do this? Like, I'm interested in this. And sometimes I'm buying stuff on my own, buying books on my own. Right, I'm a book geek, right? So I'm constantly exploring. No one can force me to do that. Right. No one can force me to continuously try to improve at what I'm doing. No one can. No one can really force me to do it. This may actually segue into something else, that is like, how do we detect that in somebody that we hire, that they're just like interested in continuous growth, right? Or are employers enabling people to do this and encouraging them to do it, instead of being like, you have $1,000 in a continuous improvement, use it when you want, right?
You know, I've when I interview with places, I ask that. It's like in my top 5 questions: how much is budgeted for my personal and career growth, and how is that allocated and managed? Can I pick the conferences? And that usually shocks the hiring people, because they don't hear that question very often. I think it's one of the most important questions you can ask. How much will be invested each year in my education, in my development? Do I get reimbursed for college? I mean, these are the things that I'm very, very interested in. When I was in, executive leadership, I would just sit down with my teams and say, look, there's $2,500 budgeted for each and every one of you. We need to get it spent by the end of the first, maybe middle of second quarter, because we know how this is going to work. They're going to run the budget report and then pull it all back by that third or fourth quarter. So if you don't spend it, you lose it. So get it done, pick the conference, make sure that it's reasonable. Go ahead and do it. You have my approval. And, if you've got $107 left, order $106 worth of books and tell me all about them, and hand me a copy of one I should read. And, I want to be engaged, but I don't want to be in control of it. And I think that was always really important too. So I think, long story, the TLDR, the long story short, you own your career development, and it's up to you to ask the right questions when you're joining a company to see what's available, what's possible, what you can do, and then direct that.
Yeah. So own it.
Yeah. I like it. All right. That means it's end
screen time. I thought I'd just shout it there.
Future Ryan didn't like that. All right. Be sure to check out the socials. Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn are the places to find us. Like and subscribe so you never miss a video. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. How is your professional and personal development managed? How is that done today? What do you like? What do you dislike? What do you think? Are we on or off on this topic? We'd love to know. Leave your questions. Your questions turn into videos. Some videos. Speaking of videos, they're going to pop up here in a second. Check those out too. We think you'll like them. The algorithm does too. For Todd Miller, I'm Ryan Ripley. Go forward, do some great Scrum things. We'll see you tomorrow.